clean again. Okay, it works perfectly. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. As you may have seen by the intro, the Whirlwind Barb is actually blasting Uber bosses like crazy. We have a new setup that also has Earthquake here, so we can just use Ground Stomp and create Earthquakes. And we can even now carry Duriel very easy in a 4-player party and overkill him or manage to kill him most of the time before he even burrows. And we have a pretty cool strategy where we basically play Inner Calm, and we can up here, as you see in the intro, we can spin against the wall. And we can keep Inner Calm. You can see here we have Inner Calm even though we're spinning. So we can benefit from the bonus, and we also have obviously a bunch of crazy attack power, like into the 1.6 million range when we're fully buffed, with Grandfather here giving us 660%. I'm gonna have the full planner in the description, and there's also a non-Uber version of this, which is obviously not gonna one-rotate him. You're gonna have about half as much damage without Uber uniques. But it still works, and this is like one of the best ways to help your friends and to farm Uber unique. So you don't even have to switch from your farming setup to the boss killing setup. It's very easy. You can play the same build, and pretty much all you do is like you change Anger Management to Earthquake, and you change Challenging Shout to Ground Stomp. But again, everything is gonna be in the description, and I'll show you here some more 4-player and some strategies here. So this is obviously like try hard if you just want to one-shot the boss like pretty comfortable. And it works most of the time. You see you have an element cycle, and you want to try to hit the element cycle as the boss spawns. And this is the location, so tell your friends to stand at the bottom so you can basically blast the boss down. It usually works pretty well. And don't forget to pet the kitty for extra chance to get Uber uniques. So what I try to do is I summon the boss at the start of the physical rotation, just like about now. And then it is gonna like walk through all this rotation and the next rotation, and then he's gonna spawn pretty much, because he always has like a delay. So first of all we're gonna do Ancients, and then we're just gonna start Ground Stomp and use our shouts, and then we pretty much blast him down most of the time. You see, like he survived a little bit because I just realized I didn't even use my potion. So you want to use a Precision Elixir to boost your crit chance. When he comes here, you just go Unstoppable, and then you can just like finish him real quick. So with this elixir, you're gonna get 6% more crit chance, and we actually have almost 100. You wanna aim for 100, I have 98 right now. So that works pretty well. And that was basically a Duriel kill. And then I usually check the items. I hold shift and left click. I'm gonna give some task cams away. We check the greater affix. The rest doesn't need much checking. This one here, it's almost good. We might keep this one. And throw the rest on the ground basically. And then we'll do another Duriel spawn here in a second. So these task cams are very good. You can always use them. If you don't have a Shaco, use task cam. That helps a lot. And if you don't have Starlight Sky, you will need a boost there for your resources. So I recommend Starlight usually. So we can go again go to the top always. And you can watch your element here as it hits pretty decently this time around. Now we have our elements active, and then he's gonna just go down. You see, boom. So it depends a bit on the element cycle. Like you pop him when your physical starts, and then your physical will start again as he summons himself. And that's pretty much it. So cast your Ancients, then cast your Ground Stomp, and then as soon as he's there, just start spinning into the wall. And up here the Twisters stack very well, the Turel stacks very well. So it just goes pretty smooth. We haven't gotten an Uber unique here. But that is pretty much how it goes. So I'm gonna say GG. I'm gonna show you my entire setup, and then we can also do one solo spawn, and I'll show you the damage in solo. But yeah, basically what I'm playing here is Harlequin's Crest. Again, if you don't have it, you can use Taskhelm. I'm playing Turel's Might. If you don't have Turel's Might, you need a chest with Daze, and that also gives you All-Res here, because Turel's Might solves all our All-Res issues, and we get some crazy amounts of All-Res. So these are all the stats here. And if you don't have Turel's Might, you want All-Res on your pants instead of dodge chat, and you want All-Res here. Then I'm rocking Earthquake here, and we're also playing the Earthquake Live, so whenever
Rob,
we
you're
do
a
this...
legend. Quick question, can you explain why you have Rage of Harrogath on unique no Uber version if we are not doing any bleed?
We are doing bleeds. I'll explain it, yes. Thank you. Then we have the Iron Warrior here. This one just gives you a bunch of toughness. And we have Relentless, so we don't play Anger Management because it's taking an offensive slot, and we're just gonna use it here on the boots. So that's very comfortable with the boots, that you just keep your berserking up basically. Very nice stuff.
R2628 GGR 2628 bro.
Then we have the Bonebreaker here. This is mace assigned to Whirlwind because we're using Grandfather. In the other version, you want to play a polearm instead of Grandfather and use the Executioner glyph. Then we have Fierce Winds, we have Devilish. So again, double size here, and here Chance. I don't even have good Chance here. Ideally, you want to hit the Chance 3 times for 100%. So I'm missing 30% damage on this weapon here right now. Then we have the Grandfather. You can masterwork the all stats or the damage. Again, this is going to give you some pretty crazy amounts of additive damage here, you see. Then we have Starless Sky. If you don't have this, Starlight is good. We have Loop of the Elements here. This is always Lucky Hit Vulnerable. You can also get this on your gloves too. Probably long term, I'm going to roll this to Lucky Hit as well. And then on the Amulet, either Heavy-Handed or Counter-Offensive, Crit Chance, and then Cooldown or Counter-Offensive, whichever one you want. And a bunch of Warcry cooldowns, so this is gonna be keeping up your berserking next to Relentless. Then again, Whirlwind assigned to Mace with Grandfather, else to Polearm, and always Axe Expertise. Skill tree looks like this. We have Groundstorm here, this also gives you full fury instantly basically. We have Whirlwind, no bleeds here. We get our bleeds from Outburst and Toughest Nails. Again, Groundstorm with the Tactical Rune. We have Imposing, we have Martial Vigor, we have Rallying Cry, this one gives you the Fortify, Iron Skin, Warcry, and we max this one. You don't need movement speed on the boss, so just take these points out. I also took these out just to maximize Warcry. You see here 7.4 seconds uptime, 8 seconds cooldown. And again, I don't have Greater Affix cooldown, so you can get Perma Warcry if you get Greater Affix cooldown and a bit better rolls on the Warcry cooldown reduction, especially if you're not playing Starless Sky. Then it's Booming Voice, Aggressive Resistance, Pit Fighter, Slaying Strike, Counter-Offensive, and then yeah, Heavy-Handed, also Wallop here. With Call of the Ancients, you can also play Wrath of the Berserk. However, Whirlwind scales attack speed now, and it just feels better to play the 25x here rather than the Wrath of the Berserk. However, we can try a few runs with Wrath of the Berserk as well. Then we have Unconstrained, still 1.6x, no more Gushing Wounds, it's nerfed to the ground. Paragon looks like this. Exploit in the starter board. Then we have Ire. Then we have Might. Don't need Carnage here. It's too much point investment, and it's not going to increase our Twister damage because our Twister has a 0.75 second ICD, and you're not going to get any more Twisters the faster you attack. The only thing you're getting is more Tural procs with attack speed. That's still decent, but not really required. We have some Berserking here. Keep in mind you want 300 Berserking damage for 1.3x Blood Rage. I took some life notes here. You can also get more Berserking if you need it. Then we have the Twister Glyph. This one is fixed now, so the 1.13x multiplier does work. Then up here we are playing the Rumble Glyph. So again, our Earthquake, our Groundstorm creates Earthquake with the Earthquake 1, and we get a 1.25 here and another 1.1 on this multiplier. Then we have Wrath here just to keep Fury up very easily. You can also play other glyphs. But especially if you don't have Starless Sky yet, Wrath is definitely recommended. And what I use to keep my Fury here, even though I'm just standing here, is Fury per second roll on the boots. I have that in the planner as well. And then last but not least here, we are playing Martial just to reduce our Groundstorm cooldown. Let's say we use Groundstorm and we can basically just use it again, right? And we can even get 2 stacks of the Rumble Glyph. So that's pretty cool, and that's pretty much the build. Big DPS. Oh yeah, I recommend Strength Gems here as well. For more damage, you don't really need that much life, just go Strength Gems. Alternatively, if you're missing crit, you can also go for the green gems, the emeralds in the chest slots and stuff. You can also get closer to 100% crit chance. But if you have 60 crit, it's also fine. So that's pretty much the setup. And again, the non-Uber version, it's very simple. If you don't have a Grandfather yet, you can play this Polearm version, where you play Executioner and you play a Polearm assigned to your Whirlwind. But again, in this version with Grandfather, you want to play with a Mace. And then there is a full no-Uber version where you play with a Polearm. And it's just going to help you out so much killing these bosses. Because there is... we need Berserking here again. So basically, Shaco versus Tuskhelm, Tyrells versus the chest, then get all res on pants and chest. And Starless Sky versus Starlight, because you're generating a lot of Fury. And the Grandfather versus the Polearm. Plus you get another aspect, I recommend Conceited. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. Again, we blast the bosses, and actually our Whirlwinds, I think I saw like at the end, is almost, it's gonna be hitting for like You see here 20, there's a 77 million, it's hard to see. But these big ones, the big twisters, the 20 million is from Tyrell's Might, and the 77 I've seen up to 80 million. You see there 49, it's hard to see because this is like the twister hits. Yeah, 50 million, like it's hitting in the 52, I've seen even 100 million probably when we're more optimized. We can hit for 100 million per twister tick. And yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage, right? Like we just blast down Doriel, he goes down plenty fast. And it's a pretty cool build. Barbarian can definitely kill bosses. If you don't like Whirlwind, you can also play Bash. Bash is also very strong, but you need Starless Sky and Run Steel for a proper Bash build. But I would probably do a Bash build next. And yeah, Bash is still as strong as last season pretty much, if you have the right gear. But I will show that to you. What's definitely really cool here, when you masterwork your grandfather, is how much freaking additive we can reach here at the very end. You see here 1.2 million attack power almost. So that goes pretty wild. I hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. And yeah, keep spinning, keep winning, and let's go. GG. Clean again. Alright, you guys can join. Clean. To the fight, no stacks. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.